Sorry, Steve, I would. Come here. Good boy. You are a good boy. Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is August 25th. It is Sunday, 2019. And the clouds are actually going the other way today, which is kind of weird. It usually travels this way, but they're coming this way today. So it's kind of interesting to see. And it just hid the sun. As you can see, we had nice clear blue over here. It's just a nice big cloud that's coming through. Anyway, so very nice day. I'm going to talk about the solar in a little while, but I wanted to talk to you. We're going to jump right into, we're going to jump into the topic in a second. I do want to remind everybody, I will be doing the live stream tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Can't tell you what the topic is yet because I have no idea. So, but I will be live streaming tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So please join me for the live stream. So now that I got that out of the way, we'll get into the topic. Let's get into the topic. Okay, post-event, end of the world as we know it happens. Local authorities, what are they going to do? Now, we're not talking about the government or anything like that. We're going to talk about local authorities. So your towns, your counties, for say. Let's stick with towns. Let's stick with the towns. So you got your local authorities in the towns. Like a lot of towns have small police forces, and so they're going to need to, guys. This is what's going to happen. Okay, so they're going to need to, for the greater good, of course. That's exactly what they're going to do it for. They're going to need to come and confiscate all the stuff that you've supplied, or all your supplies that you've stored away, that you've sacrificed for years. And so they are going to come to you and they're going to explain that, yeah, we're going to need to confiscate these things for the greater good of everybody else. But now we really know what that means. If you go and you look at what happened in Puerto Rico when there was an emergency, and certain supplies were set aside for the power elite. So who would benefit from this confiscation of your supplies? Those people in charge, of course. That's who they would get first pickings of, and of course their friends. Though that's who would get it first. Now, I say this joking, of course, in a joking manner, but the reality is that's what would happen. Okay. So now here's the question that I impose on you guys. And again, a lot of these things that I'm talking about, guys, are scenarios to make you think. I want you to think, okay? So these local authorities are coming around, and you've heard the word, they're confiscating supplies from people. So as preppers, we have supplies. Maybe that word got out that we have supplies. So what do we do about that? What are we going to do to make sure our supplies are not taken? So first of all, the first thing I would, and we'll get into some steps along the way, but the first thing is making sure you don't have all your eggs in one basket. Don't have all your supplies in one spot where they could easily come in and commandeer and take what you have. So that's really important, okay? So definitely, if you can have other places, other properties or something, if you have friends or whatnot that you're willing, that are going to work with you. These guys, I got to show you, they're back to playing again. But it's like so if you can do that and say, listen, I'm going to store some of this stuff here, hidden away at your place, and something happens, then, you're going to be part of my group anyway, so that type of thing. So you can do those type of things. Also, and I've mentioned this many, many, many times, is having caches, buried caches of supplies, that you can use, that nobody knows about. So obviously, if you have things buried around your property or adjoining properties, or even in public places, along highways and stuff like that, you have supplies available and on hand that they're not going to know about. So if they come and take some of your stuff, then obviously you have other things available to you, because the greater good is not where that stuff is going to go. It is going to go to the power elite or whoever thinks that they're in charge, and they're going to take care of themselves first and not care about anybody else. So that's something to think about. Now, obviously, you can use force. You can basically flat out tell them or show them in a manner that you are not going to have your stuff come and confiscated, okay? But again, now if you have, this is something to think about. If you're by yourselves, if you decided, well, I'm going to be the lone wolf prepper and I'm not going to have anybody else, to help, and everybody knows you're a prepper, say, or, they have an idea that you have stuff and you have supplies. Now, you have, 20, 25 armed men come, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't beat that many people by yourself. Now, obviously, you start shooting at somebody, then they're going to give them an attitude readjustment, and they're going to rethink what they're doing. I love attitude readjustments. Attitude readjustments are awesome. I've handed out a few attitude readjustments in my life to people that really, really needed them. They really did, though, to be honest with you, when I had to do it. It's weird. Here's my philosophy in life, okay? I'm going to be nice until it's time not to be nice. So what's the deciding factor in when it's the time not to be nice? That's on an individual basis, realistically. You make that decision, you make that determination. And I've always been pretty good at making that determination. Now, honestly, guys, I have not been in a fight since I was 27 years old. That's the last fight I got into. And, but out of all my fights that I was ever in when I was younger, I lost one. And it's funny, the one that I lost is the one that I started. And I started it. And it was a stupid decision on my part. And but it happens. And the worst part was I could have won that fight, and I know I could have. But these things happen. But, anyway, that's water under the bridge from a very, very long time ago. But, like I said, it's just, but the reality is, in a fight, nobody wins, to be honest with you. Somebody gets hurt, and it depends on, and in this day and age, if you give somebody an attitude readjustment, they may come back with a gun and shoot you and kill you dead. So is that worth it? So the mindset is different than when I was growing up. When I was growing up, you got in a fight with somebody, and when the fight was over, a lot of times, believe it or not, you ended up becoming friends. It was weird. It was a whole different mindset, a whole different generation. Like I said, nowadays everybody's got hurt feelings, and they feel slighted, and so they decide they're going to get their revenge and do what they have to do in that aspect. But it's unfortunate. But anyway, I'm getting way off track here. So anyway, you can use force to stop people from coming to take your stuff. You absolutely can. It's going to definitely change their perspective, and they may move on to easier pickings than somebody that's willing to fight back. Now, obviously, if you have a group and a group of armed men come, again, there's another reason why you would want to have that group, so you can be able to defend yourselves from anybody that's coming to try to take your stuff. So again, when the authorities, and realistically, after an SHTF event, who determines who's the authority? Realistically, I mean, let's look at it from that aspect. Okay, who's making that determination that now I'm in charge? Okay, so that goes into play as well. So just because they're wearing a badge and have a gun after a post-event, and again, it would depend on what that post-event was, but we're going with the worst-case scenario type of event. All that authority is now out the window. And realistically, a lot of those gentlemen that are police officers are going to be taking care of their own families. They're not going to be worried about, the local town official who still thinks he has power. We're going to go back here in the back while I'm talking, and we're going to check. Now, earlier, I pulled out 3 adult eggs today. So again, people are going to ask, why do you lock up your stuff here? Aren't you in the country, or do you have a lot of theft out there? Not from the two-legged creatures. The creatures that I worry about are raccoons, who are very, very clever, and they will, let's take a look. All right, we just have the fake egg there, and there's one of the girls. Hello. I pulled out 3 adult eggs earlier today, so let us see if we have anything over on this side. Oh, well, we have 1 juvenile egg here, as you can see, which we're going to grab. And we got one of the girls, hello young lady, sitting, so we're going to let her do her business in that other box. So she's probably laying, obviously. So now we're up to a grand total. So there's one of the, they call them pullet eggs, but I call them juvenile eggs, because it's my young girls are starting to lay on a regular basis. So anyway, Yep, so, and that's, so she's, the other one's laying, obviously. And there's Miss Socks. Hey, baby girl. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I definitely want to hear your thoughts on what's going to happen with your local authorities once SHTF happens. Do you think that they will come and try to commandeer your supplies that you have worked hard for and done? And what is your game plan to make sure that your supplies stay safely in your hands and not into somebody who did not work for them and sacrifice for them and those type of things? So I definitely want to hear your feedback on that. While I'm thinking about it too, I wanted to mention we have the sale going on right now on the website. It's 20% off of everything, and it's called the End of Summer Sale. You will see that scrolling along the top on my website at preppernurse1.com. And it's 20% off all merchandise. So if you are looking to get t-shirts, if you're looking to get a coffee mug, if you are looking to get a bumper sticker, all those are 20% off. Also, all the legacy foods are also 20% off. So anything that you want to buy legacy food wise, you can save 20% on that as well. Puppies! I just noticed I don't see them for a moment. Hold on a second, guys. Come on, Caesar! Come on, Pandora! Sorry. I was talking and not paying attention, and that's what they do. So anyhow, so you can, like I said, you can save 20% off of everything. So, you know, definitely take advantage of that. If you're looking to add to your freeze-dried food storage, that is the way to do it. Come on, pups! They're still babies, believe it or not. They're only a little over a year old, so they don't have enough sense yet. They're getting better. I'm trying to see if I can see them. Caesar! Pandora! So I had somebody telling me how, because I'm yelling at my dogs all the time, and I don't consider what I'm doing right now yelling at my dogs. Come on, pups! Oh, I hear them. There they are. Look, see, guys? Where'd you go? Where did you go? You were being naughty? Uh-huh. So they come really good. So yes, I beat them relentlessly all the time, as you can tell. They're just so abused. And I'm saying that jokingly, so please don't think I beat my dogs, because I do not beat my dogs. But anyhow, sorry, I just had to find out where they were. And I know, like I said, and she's the ringleader, guys. She is Pandora. I'm telling you, see, it's a woman that's going to lead you astray every time, guys. That's what she does. But anyhow, so anyway, guys, if you're looking to save, definitely go over and take advantage of that. It's 20% off of everything on the website. Okay, so that being said, I look forward to seeing everybody tonight on the live stream. I definitely want to hear your feedback on this topic, because I think it's important. And like I said, I'll try to figure out what I'm going to talk about for the live stream, and obviously I'll post that ahead of time so you guys can see that. Actually, we're going to check real quick. Let's do this real quick. We're going to check over here and see what kind of power we're bringing in today. Stay close. See, all I did, I said that, and look what happened. There they come. It's all about training with dogs, and those dogs are very smart. They're half collie and they're half German Shepherd, so two very intelligent breeds. But she is really slick. Okay, so we have 1.0 so far on this side, 1.1 so far on this side. It is noon right now. We are in full absorption mode. The batteries are at 85.6, or at 28.6, I'm sorry, which is as big as charges are going to get. So any power that I'm bringing in right now, guys, is being dumped, because we're fully on, and we're obviously the power in the house is on. So doing well, even with the overcast. I think yesterday it was overcast the entire day, and I pulled in 5 kilowatt hours for the day. So it was a really good day. You know, this time of year, the weather's definitely changing. Fall is in the air. You can feel it. It's definitely, you know, today's a little warmer. It's in the low 70s, But it's definitely that time of year. You can tell that we're getting there towards the end of the year, end of the season. So somebody said I hadn't been showing my garden very much. So I wanted to show you guys real quick before I jump off here, because the time, of course, is getting ahead of me, like always. So the tomatoes are doing okay. We got a couple of ripe ones. In here there's a ripe one. If I can get it where you guys can, well, there's almost one there that's almost ripe. I'll kick around this side so you can see over here. There is one there that is almost ripe. There's one on there that's almost ready. So the tomatoes are coming along. I gotta harvest the onions, the radishes. I was letting them go to seed because I wanted the seeds, and so, but got a couple of peppers, the carrots. I gotta harvest the carrots. So, and these are the only two. And you see this one here. This one never did anything. This one never did anything. This is the other different kinds of tomato plants that I had put in. And so that's all I got from them. So that's really another good reason to diversify when it comes to your garden. The other side, I've gotten some cucumbers, and I have some butternut squash coming in. The cantaloupe never came in this year. Those all died. So again, you just never know year from year what's going to do well, what's not going to do well. So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So that's really, really important to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, there's Mr. Maxie. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself. Nobody else can stop you. So stay positive, stay happy, and you will be fine. Stay away from negativity. That's the biggest key, guys, okay? I will talk to you all tonight. I will see you tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the live stream. All right? Looking forward to seeing you all then. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.